Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, a couple of videos ago we did these little images here with the icons on them. When you hover over the icon, it's going to slide in a Blurb module. Now we did this with no coding, we just used relative positioning for it. And we've got one exactly the same here today. We've got a little icon on the bottom of our image there. When we hover over the image, nothing's going to happen. When we hover over the icon, it's going to slide up into a Blurb module. And again, we're doing this exactly the same way as the ones above, but we're just having it slide up from the bottom. Okay, well, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is enable the Visual Builder to get building on the front end. Once loaded, let's go down to where we want to work. I've got a simple row here with 3 columns in it. I'm going to add a Blurb module. Let's move over here to this one. Divi comes as standard with all these light grey modules, plenty enough to build just about any site. I'm just going to use the regular inbuilt Blurb module for this today, so we can use the icon that's incorporated in it. Okay, obviously put your title here, whatever you want for your content in here. And this is just like any other text box. You can make it into titles, bold it out, italicize it, line it up where you want, add links, add media. I'm going to leave mine just like that, but if I slide down, I am going to use an icon for this today. Now let's use an up icon, as we're going to be sliding up. Okay, so there's our little Blurb module right there. I'm going to give it a background color. So I'm going to slide down to background. I'm going to give it a black background. I'm going to go over to my design tab. And for the text, I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm going to make it light in color. There we go. You can do title and body text separately and add different fonts and styles however you wish. I'm going to leave mine just like that for the time being. Spacing wise, I'm going to give it a bit of padding all around, so I'm in design and spacing now. I'm going to give it 30 pixels, and we'll be adjusting this later on. Now that little icon right there, I want that to be, so I'm going up to image and icon, I want it to be white in color and a bit smaller. It's fine on the top. Use icon font size, we can pull it down in size. There we go, something like that. Obviously you put it just exactly the way that you want it. Okay, we've got our little Blurb module there, and what we want is just to see the icon on the top. And we want to push it down and reveal an image that's going to be sitting behind it. Now if you've watched these before on my channel, you know that the image we're looking at actually resides in the column, not the module itself. So let's go into our column and add an image. Green tab for a row. We're working on column number 3. 1, 2, 3. Hit the cog to go in there. Go into the background. I'm going to add an image to the background. Of course we can't see it because our Blurb module is in front of it, but that's fine. I don't want to use parallax. I want it to cover the whole background. Center's fine. Don't want it to repeat. I've got no blend going on. Blend is when you blend it with a background color as well, and you can get some great effects that way. Okay, but while we're in the row, this Blurb module, I'm going to push it down here so that all that we can see is the icon. And when I push it down there, I don't want to see it spelling out over here. So to stop it being visible when it overflows down here, let's go to our advanced, go down to visibility, and here's overflow horizontal and vertical. I'm going to set both of these to hidden. There we go. Great. Now we can save that and save our main row settings. We can go back in here and position this where we want it now. Now I got a bit too much gap at the top there, so I'm going to adjust some of the padding and then we'll push it down. So let's go into the module itself, go over to design, spacing. I'm going to uncheck the chains so they're not exactly the same. I'm just going to have, say, we'll try 10 on the top. Yeah, I think that'll work. We'll just add a little bit more to the bottom so it's the same height as our other one. Okay, that looks fine. Now we need to put it where we actually want it when they're not hovering on it. So let's go over to the advanced. We'll go to visibility. We'll go to position. Position, I'm going to make it relative. Doesn't matter which one we put it on here because they're all pretty similar with a big, when the module's filling out the full size there. Now I want to use vertical offset for this today. So we'll pull this to the left to bring it down to where we want it. Yeah, wants to start off about there. And don't forget, for tablet and mobile, you can go in, hit the little icon right here, and set a tablet size so it works on tablet, and a phone size so it works on phone. You can have 3 different values there. Okay, so that's where we want it when we're not hovering over it. When we hover over it, I want it to be fully visible. So I'm going to hit the little arrow, common to most Divi modules. If you hover over the dark writing, these icons will pop up. If there's an arrow there, it's going to allow you to set a desktop state or hover state. Okay, desktop's fine where it is. When we put our mouse on it, I want it to be where it should be, which is 0. There we go. But I do want to see some of that image behind there but still be able to read the text. So let's go into our content, and for our background we'll do the same thing. Hover up over the dark writing, hit the little arrow. For the hover state, I'm going to make it slightly opaque so we can see some of the image behind there but still read the writing. That's fine. And desktop wants to be totally black like that. Fantastic. Alright, the only other thing that we've got going on here, this is the time it takes to go from this to this. By default it's 300 mils, which is pretty quick, just under a third of a second. If you want to slow it down for drama, head over to advanced, go down to transitions. There's the transition duration, there's the default 300. Pull it up or down to wherever you want it. Speed curve I like to use for this is ease in and ease out. Check them out, they're all slightly different in certain situations. Some will work better than others, but for most of my hover effects I like to use the ease in, ease out. So we should be good to go. Let's save our changes here. Save our page changes. And let's exit the Visual Builder. We'll go on down. There's our little box with the icon on the bottom. Nothing happens when we hover over the image, but when we hover over the icon, it's going to slide up, background's going to fade a bit, and we've got all that nice content. Of course you can link this to anywhere you want to as well if you'd like to link it to somewhere. Simply using the link box in the content tab. Really easy to do, and like I say, no coding for this today. This is just using all the inbuilt features of the Divi theme itself. So there you go guys, there's how to have an image with slide up blurb module on Hover. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.